Good morning, folks. To my listeners and my viewers who are looking at this video in the West Coast, of America. If you're in the California area, anywhere on the West Coast, and to all my other listeners in the East, South, North, wherever you might be, this is the Afterthought. This is Zach Hankins here, and basically, this is just my thoughts on the two final two candidates for the MVP award, which I think who they'll be deciding to give it to. Basically, it now comes down to James Harden versus Russell Westbrook. Okay, I mean, I know LeBron James has had good numbers, but he's already been a four-time league MVP. They're gonna give it to somebody else. Kawhi Leonard technically has it, still has a chance to get the MVP award, but I doubt he's gonna get it now because he's just not averaging the numbers that these two have been putting up. Okay, Russell Westbrook has been consistently for over 40 some games and counting, getting a triple double, like 4 or 5 days consistently in a row. All right, Russell Westbrook is on the verge of breaking Oscar Robertson's all-time NBA record that has not been broken in the last 40 some years. So it's in between the 60s and 70s, when Oscar Robertson was in the league young. Okay, he was the only person, the only player in NBA history to average a triple double night, and Westbrook is literally about to break that record. And then for James Harden, you can't deny what he's been doing. This man has maintained a top-seeded team. James Harden, according to D'Antoni and his coaching, he's basically the new Steve Nash. For those that watch Steve Nash when he's in his Phoenix Suns days, and when Mike D'Antoni was the head coach over there, he was doing everything that James Harden is pretty much doing with this team. Okay, the assists, the points, okay, keeping his team in the game, basically maintaining leads. That's what Harden does, and that's what Steve Nash used to do. And this is basically a battle between ex-Oklahoma City teammates. Okay, Russell Westbrook, Harden, and Durant. Those that remember, they were all part of that Thunder team. That Thunder team that got to the finals in 2011. But because of money and things like that happening with the contract, James Harden was the first one to leave. And since Harden left the Thunder, he has become a superstar. He was destined to be what he is today. And many could say that Westbrook and Durant was holding Harden back, which to me really wasn't the case because Harden was happy with those two, but Harden was literally playing like a basically an all-star himself on that team. He was destined to be an MVP. And that's for Russell Westbrook. Durant, of course, held him back. Everybody was calling Westbrook Durant's sidekick for years now. And it's only because Durant had got drafted to the Thunder. Well, he was a Seattle Supersonic, but he was drafted a year before Westbrook. So of course, Russell Westbrook had to basically just take his role. Or he couldn't really fully. He was a co-captain of the team. He couldn't really fully be a leader because that was Durant's team for a long time. And since Durant left, Westbrook has finally just basically exploded. He's showing you what just the type of player he can truly be. He could truly be a leader. He's truly a captain. What Westbrook does for that team is special, okay? That he's putting up Michael Jordan-like numbers. And if you look at Westbrook right now, he's a six. Even though he's a 6 seed, he's maintained a 6 seed. He really has not. This is what's special about these two in general. They both are doing it without that many players on the team. They don't have too many other Pro Bowl, too many All-Stars. Excuse me. No, you look at the Rockets and the Thunder roster, they're doing with a lot of subpar guys. A lot of guys who are either young or mediocre. Guys who've never seen an All-Star game. For you look at the Thunder, for example, okay? Yeah, they was able to maintain the 6 seed, but the only person they have on there that's really been legitimately that good is Steven Adams. And Steven Adams is a big man. So him and Westbrook have worked well together. That Donovan paired up. But Durant leaving for Golden State in the summertime during free agency and them trading Serge Ibaka over to Orlando for Oladipo and Ilyasova, basically the Thunder broke up the big three, the GM. The Thunder don't longer have that same big three that was effective and working for them. Westbrook has literally had to do it by himself with that not that much help. Yeah, you got Taj Gibson that just got acquired, but even then, he has to adjust being on the Western Conference. This is a brand new team. You know what I'm saying? Taj Gibson has to deal with at least two other head coaches since he's been playing in the NBA. Now he's playing for a third head coach. So it's going to take Taj Gibson some time to adjust. They got Norris Cole from free agency. He's a two-time NBA champion, but even then, he hasn't really been getting that much playing time. He hasn't really been that effective the last 3 years. So like I said, and you got Enes Kanter, but he's on the bench. Robertson is not Kevin Durant neither. He can't even fill Kevin Durant's shoes. So this is what Westbrook has to deal with. But like I give Westbrook a whole lot of credit. Like I said, he's literally keeping them in the game. He's showing them that there is hope. He's trying to prove to the world that the Thunder can win a championship title despite not having Durant. And that's, of course, honorable right there. What he's been trying to do. The fact that Westbrook has his intensity, he gets after you early. He's not scared to take shots neither. Even if he misses a three, he'll still take what he has to do. Even if it's a wide open shot, he doesn't carry air balls as long as he gets that shot off. And then for James Harden, again, like I said, Dwight Howard left. He doesn't really have too many all-stars on that team. He doesn't have too many playmakers on there. Not like what the Golden State Warriors or San Antonio has. James Harden, like I said, is this new Steve Nash. He has D'Antoni. He now has a team that can run his system. So D'Antoni would do a lot better with this Rockets than he would with the Lakers. See, the problem with D'Antoni when he was on the Lakers, that was an older team. Paul Gasol, Kobe Bryant, Lamar Odom, those guys. Well, I think Lamar Odom had left already, but still, you had a lot of guys on the team, even Steve Blake, who couldn't run a fast-paced offense and defense that what D'Antoni was accustomed to running when he was in Phoenix. So that was a problem with D'Antoni with the Lakers, why that project failed miserably. His time there, why he did so poorly, because he had some older veterans on the team. Now, D'Antoni was on the Lakers team now, and you have Clarkson, Randall, Russell, and you have Luau Deng and the rest of those players over there. He would be doing much better even now. But still, this Rockets team is young. The only other person that Harden can rely on who's actually a veteran on that team is Trevor Ariza. Trevor Ariza is an NBA champion. Okay, he's played amongst Kobe Bryant. He played amongst Phil Jackson and Gasol and Odom and Fisher. So Trevor Ariza is probably the only other person he can rely upon like that. Just as a perimeter all-star. Even though Trevor Ariza has never really made an all-star game, he's still a veteran. He still can, so he still knows how to regulate the paint. He knows how to get his shots. He knows how to make the right calls defensively. And then them getting Lou Williams in the trade, which actually works out well for them because Lou Williams is a six-man. And of course, Magic Johnson made that trade. They wanted Corey Brewer. I guess they wanted more experience, but still, Lou Williams, to me, was a better player than Corey Brewer anyway. Okay, Lou Williams can give you at least 13 to 14, 15 off the bench, or more than that on his best game. And if you pair Lou Williams and James Harden, it actually works pretty well. Even though it's kind of a small backcourt, those two, speed-wise, they're very effective. They can actually shoot from anywhere. Harden and Lou Williams are basically snipers on the court. You cannot leave them open. They will hurt you. So you can't deny what James Harden did. And the only real reason why James Harden will have an edge over Westbrook right now is because his team is a third seed. Okay, and for those that don't know, they have not give any of the MVPs to a 6 seed. You have to be seeds 1 through 4 at least to be considered for the MVP and actually get the MVP title. Okay, if Russell Westbrook was a 4th seed right now, it'll definitely be him, no doubt. But because James Harden was able to maintain that 3rd seeded spot on the Western Conference, and yeah, he's had a hard time passing up San Antonio and Golden State, but still, the Rockets are literally in position right now to potentially get to the NBA Finals this year. And that's another thing you have to watch out for too. The Rockets are dangerous. Okay, and James Harden felt that he got cheated 2 years ago when they gave Steph Curry the award over him because James Harden felt that Curry had all his guys healthy. All right, he had Draymond Green, he had Klay Thompson, he had Harrison Barnes, Andrew Bogut. You had Livingston and Iguodala off the bench was a veteran backcourt with Barboza. That was a veteran bench. Maurice Bates, that was a veteran bench that Steph Curry had. But James Harden had to do it without Dwight Howard being injured. You had Josh Smith at center, and Josh Smith was on decline anyway. You had Corey Brewer, you had all these other guys that weren't really playing to the level that James Harden was playing to, besides Trevor Ariza. So Harden had to do that and help carry that team by himself, and he's actually done that. So that's why Harden feels he should be MVP right now, and the real reason why he's playing as hard as he is. Yeah, Westbrook is a lot of competition right now, and to me, I don't see them not giving it to Russell Westbrook just because of these triple-doubles, okay? He is about to break a record that has never been touched in years, okay? And everybody knows you're never going to find another Oscar Robertson, but Russell Westbrook is the closest player to an Oscar Robertson right now that we have in this generation. That's why, honestly, I gotta say Russell Westbrook. I've been saying Russell Westbrook for the last year or so, but of course, Steph Curry was just the best point guard in the league. He's the best shooter in the league. So that's what overshadowed Westbrook. right now. And James Harden, that's what took us because of what Steph Curry was able to do with his shots. And because the Golden State Warriors have been the best team on the Western Conference the last 3 years. This is why James Harden did not get the MVP award. And this is why Russell Westbrook didn't get it, because Kevin Durant was over there. Now with Durant gone, this is Westbrook's team. People are finally able to see how good Westbrook really is. Russell Westbrook is showing you his full potential. But James Harden, to me, really does represent what an MVP is as well. So that's why it's really hard right now. But I got to give it to Russell Westbrook. And if they do give it to James Harden, it's like I said, he's a third-seeded team. He's a top-seeded on the West. That's why they'll give it to James Harden. Westbrook doesn't get it. But even then, I mean, it only inspired Westbrook to go even harder. But you got to understand this, too, that both these guys, I think Harden actually has a better chance of reaching the NBA Finals than Westbrook. So if anything, giving it to Russell Westbrook makes sense, because if Russell Westbrook does get the MVP award, that'd be his consolation prize, because the Thunder are not reaching the Western Conference Finals. They just not. They don't have a team yet. They're not ready. What the Thunder needs to do for Westbrook, they need to give him at least 2 more big-name free agents, at least one. Getting a Carmelo Anthony, a Paul George, possibly, or getting somebody else they can find out there, or even a JJ Redick, possibly, for Russell Westbrook. They need another veteran, basically. Somebody who could put up some points, who could put up some numbers. Somebody who has experience that can help Westbrook, get the first seed in the West. That's what he needs. Man. He needs another superstar over there. Yeah, like I said, Thunder seriously need to go after a Paul George, try to find somebody like that can help Westbrook. Okay, but like I said, if they do give it to Westbrook, it's because of these triple doubles. Like I said, he's been averaging triple doubles over 38 games. Okay, that's something we have never ever seen. Michael Jordan wasn't even doing that. And as great as Michael Jordan was, he was not averaging a triple double like that every night. Neither was Kobe Bryant on a consistent basis. And Kobe Bryant, simply because you had Shaq over there, you had Robert Horry. All right, you already had veterans on that team who was putting up just as much points. So that's what overshadowed Kobe. But even when Kobe Bryant in 2008 through 2010 was never averaging a triple-double like that. Now, his MVP season, Kobe Bryant would get a triple-double every 2 to 3 games, which wasn't bad at all. Like I said, Kobe Bryant was the Black Mamba, but he wasn't doing what Russell Westbrook is simply doing. And when Russell Westbrook's size, okay, his speed, like I say, he's everything you want in a basketball player as far as the guards wise. He's the most athletic guard in this league. But D'Antoni knew what he was doing with James Harden, putting him at the point guard position. James Harden is able to really take over games and able to lead you to where you want to be. So, like I say, it's a nail about it right now, but I personally got to go with Russell Westbrook just because it's triple-double season. But for James Harden, I think him getting to the NBA Finals and winning a championship would be even better for him. But still, James Harden wants the MVP too. He wants it just as much as Russell Westbrook. So, I mean, y'all, comment on the section who you think should be MVP out of these two. Because definitely going to be between Russell Westbrook and James Harden. Yeah, Kawhi Leonard is having a great season too, but he's not putting up the numbers these two are having on a consistent basis. And LeBron James is already 4-time league MVP. They're not going to give it to him no more. And that was part of one of the reasons why Steph Curry was getting it for 2 years, because of what Curry was doing. They want to see somebody else get the MVP award. They want to see fresh faces up there in contention to get that MVP award and battle for it. LeBron James might get his chance one of these days, but it's not going to be for a while. So, yeah, these are your final 2 candidates right now going into the playoffs. So, y'all comment and subscribe. And if you like this video and y'all post who you want to see be MVP. This is Zach Hankins here. And I apologize to a lot of my subscribers. I know I haven't been able to put out that many videos. It's only because there's been a lot of things going on in my personal life. I've recently been moving into my new home, so I've been in between houses, taking care of some business, but, I'm back, and I'm going to be putting up a lot of videos, and then my next upcoming videos will be the playoff preview, which I'm getting ready to set up. I'm just waiting right now to see who's going to all clinch right now. This is why I've been patient, and I know most of the Western Conference teams have already clinched their spots. Like I said, this Thunder team is a 6th seed, and then this Rockets team is a 3rd seed, which is going to be very interesting going into playoff time. The only one that's still waiting to get a spot right now is basically Denver and Portland are battling for that 8th seed currently right now. And there's like 3 more games left. Yeah, I think at least 4 to 3 more games left if I'm not mistaken. Now, the Eastern Conference, I think seeds 6 through 8 are still battling right now. So the Eastern Conference is questionable. Okay, that like I said, there's some competition in the Eastern Conference right now. In between Chicago, Milwaukee, and Miami, and Indiana. Like I said, none of those teams clinched just yet. They're still battling for those spots, but the West is just about locked in. Okay, this is the Afterthought here. Y'all stay tuned, stay blessed, and I'll see you soon.